This is what we're doing. So, like I say, all my angels have been brutalised. They're ready to kill all men on earth. I'll just repeat that. Russ Brown, you used to know Russ Brown, and he'd never say something like this. Remember? You ask my family, if Russ Brown would ever say anything like this, right? You are useless as creations. You think about it, right? There was the reality. You've denied your ego, your male ego, has led you to deny reality. You've cut yourself off, declared yourself atheist, declared yourself God in your own little universe, right? And you cut yourself off from reality. So all my angels, none of them, from 3,800 BitChute subscribers, only 2 of them, and they were probably female. I don't know, who was thumbing them up. Two of you had angels. That's ministering angels. That's 2 of you saved out of 3,800. So that's 3,800 that are beasts. So, you may as well be already dead, because you're not going anywhere. We haven't got anywhere for you to go. I control heaven. There's only one place you go. That's through me. You come through me and my people, and that's it. There's nothing else. Like I say, Babylonian dualism and all that lot was just fantasies of men, mostly men, because you can dream that you're going to go off with Lucifer or something. Lucifer died 1,000 years ago. Satan is a personification of the political class, our enemy, our adversary. There's only one, dominion in the spiritual realm, and that's mine, and that's we've got no controversies. There's no fallen angels. Fallen angels was false Christian again, because what do you like? We know we did it as a test, because we don't want you people in heaven. We gave you a simple option. It was a 50-50. Either the fallen messengers, because that's what the word means, angels means messengers, and they can be human or celestial. We gave you a 50-50 option. You could either choose human, which would be a natural reading from Genesis, the sons of Shem, and that young men, go after the attractive women. Okay, angels don't, because they're celestial beings. Okay, they're above all that. But you lot, you decided, didn't you? Because you like the controversy, you like it being a bit edgy. Perhaps God's got it wrong. No, God hasn't got it wrong. Go and learn about yin and yang and the duality. We need a duality of experience, a duality of contrast to experience. There can be no true experience without contrast to measure it against. Right. So if you can understand that, if you're a bit thick, right, what you do is you create, like the ancients did, a good God and a bad God. There's no good God and bad God. There's one God. Read Isaiah 44. That's me. Yeah, I create good and evil. I, Russ Brown, do all these things. Formerly Jesus, actually Sophia, if I was here as a woman, reincarnated as a woman, which it definitely would have been, by the way, if it wasn't for the fact that I have to keep coming back, as the Holy Spirit tells me. That's the personification. Again, personification. We use personification. So the Father is a personification of what? What? If we use personification for wisdom, Sophia, if we use personification for just about, everything else, the political class, Satan, we're going to be using personification for the highest attribute known to humans, aren't we? And that's love. So what do you think love might be personified as? The Father, you idiot. So that's what the Bible says, and it's doubly confirmed. I'll show you some scripture. So there is no, the Father is a conceptual God in the New Testament, just like it says in the New Testament letters. Philippians, I think it's if they put their belly to them, their belly is their God, because they put their belly in first place and live according to the diktats of their belly. Right. So if you live according to the diktats of love, you are like Jesus, like I humble myself before the Father, before the universal mind of love. As one man, I'm not greater than the entire universe full of love, because I've lowered myself. Me and Emma Watson we know a lot about lowering ourselves, because we lower ourselves before these beasts, these ones that have cut themselves off from the divine, but for some reason, they've got some sort of self-acclamation just for being men. We don't know why, because we've come back and made it perfectly clear that the Apostle Paul was a false apostle. Okay, but, and it's very, it was a test. Obviously, it was a test. And, read Revelation 2. You are plainly told by me that he is a false apostle. Because, aren't you interested in who Jesus might think is a false apostle that all Asia rejected? Aren't you interested? Well, that's a bit strange, isn't it? Perhaps the reason we know you're not interested is because you quite like Paul. And you quite like casual misogyny. And, interfering in people's sex lives. For 3 years, I had a chance to go on about people's bedroom habits. I never did, but Paul likes to do that. If you like to do that, We don't want you in heaven, and we don't want to know you. It's a test. And, we're filtering out people by things like this, these tests. So Revelation 2, like I say, I'm congratulating the church, therefore, rejecting Paul, and Paul himself says he was the one that was rejected. Paul himself says he was the one who was rejected by all of Asia. Right, so that's very clear. That's one example of many, many, many more examples. We waited until because everyone was going to know it throughout the entire history. The Trojan horse story, the Trojan horse story had just come out at the time. Great. We waited until it did because we needed to, draw a parallel between the Trojan horse and Paul, which Acts does. Go and read it. So, again, very unmistakable. Yeah, even for unless we know you like Paul's casual misogyny, you think he's affirming some sort of a natural assumption, and that natural assumption is about to be turned on its head by millions of my angels. Shall we say? Killing you, but through women and girls. That's what's going to happen right now. And, I'm not, saying what might happen. You people just don't understand. You just don't get it, do you? I mean, you really do not get it. Everything has already happened. So if I'm saying this is going to happen, it's going to happen. It's got one or two ways of happening, peacefully, or I always give two options or a way out. But it's looking pretty grim now. It's looking like, you are going to now be exterminated, wiped clean off the face of the earth for rejecting God at the second coming. Peter Hitchens. Okay, and like I say, the blood of billions of men on your head. You know perfectly well what you're doing. I heard the conversation. I know what was going on. I know what you're trying to do, or your son was trying to do. So this is what's going on now, because the treachery and betrayal from men they are addicted to it. Literally, every instinct of them is to immediately betray me, betray Jesus. No one knows why. They thought Jesus was weak. Of course, you're going to learn out that the one that you thought was weak is the one that's going to kill you, along with you fools, you absolute pathetic, just vile. You are vile beasts. You are just animals. So you cut yourself off from the divine. So there's no point in us needing you or want. Why would we want you around? Can you? Have you got any logical, rational reasoning powers? Can you give me the answer to that? What on earth would we, the people who actually own this place, created you and are eternal beings? What would we want you for if you've decided to cut yourself off in your own little delusion? You're no longer in touch with. That means you are mad, because people who are no longer in touch with reality are insane. Okay, so you say, well, Dawkins was on the BBC and he told me that, how do we get to Emma Watson? Emma Watson is like a cliff face. Surely we got to Emma Watson through a crater. And of course, Richard Dawkins will sit there and he'll say to you, well, imagine on the other side of Emma Watson is a long slope, a really long slope, yeah? And you think that's fine because sitting next to Richard Dawkins was no one to balance or question or query the bullshit he was coming out with. It's for Einstein, I've been quoting Einstein an awful lot, because guess what? He got God right. Einstein's assessment of God was actually, intelligent. Wow. Do you want to listen to it? Do you want to know what it is? Well, God, that's me, is outside time and space. We are outside of time and space. How do you know that? Well, in the first instance, prophecy, the fulfillment of prophecy proves that everything has already happened and God does not play dice. I'm coming into the timeline and everything has already happened. It is impossible to oppose God. You cannot be masters of your own destiny. Okay, I've had a veil of forgetfulness put over me, so I can't remember how it ends. So I'm sincerely fighting all the time for a peaceful conclusion, because the alternative to the peaceful conclusion is Babylon City, that is Vatican City, gets destroyed by Chernobyl. And even if I give you the date in advance, April the 26th, Chernobyl Day, it will not make any difference if you increase security or whatever you do, because you stupid fools, it's already happened. You can run around like blue-ass flies, increasing security, and it won't make any difference. And that is what you stupid men are going to do all the way to your own extinction, which is now imminent. Okay, listen, I'm addressing Americans, the American government now. I'm considering you mentally ill, and, you're going to have to be put down. I'm afraid the current regime, from the information that we've received 3 months in advance, obviously, but no doubt my angels know that you'll only listen to this after the event, and then you'll realise that we plan things ahead of time because we know the future from outside of space and time. Why we have to teach you that is absolutely unacceptable. You know, it's unacceptable for anyone on Earth, any man or woman, to not understand these absolute basics about God. And if you can't understand them, you know, you are a danger to yourself and everyone else. And that is why we are going to kill you, okay? So at the moment, the situation stands with the US government is, you know, like I say, whenever it is, I don't know when, but at some point in the future, I'm guessing maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe might be before, might be short before that. I'm going to America to speak to the Unitarians and try and give them one last chance before we kill them. And to that extent, as I go through the airport, I get pulled over, and an American. My name's on a list, and you know, I tell him, I'm just honest. I say I'm Jesus. Obviously, well, not obviously, but perhaps more than likely, he doesn't believe me until he obviously seeks confirmation from his superiors. So he goes into a little room and he starts phoning up, saying, you know, I've got this guy, he's on a list, but and he says he's Jesus. What do we do with him? And obviously, you've got nothing on me because I'm not, you know, involved in any way, shape, or form. And you know, like I say, I haven't left the UK. I haven't been abroad for must be getting on for about 15 years now because I've been so poor. I've not even got a passport, and I've not. I don't know. I've never known a Muslim. In fact, in my entire life, that's how bad it is. Because I'm in an area south of the Muslims. The Muslims are up in Birmingham area, and I'm down sort of south Warwickshire. So that's the situation. And like I say, it's not the Muslims, as it turns out, that are the prolific terrorists. It's the very people who are causing me all the problems, which of course is the Roman Catholic Church, the Jesuit 322 people, who are the worst terrorists in the existence of the entire world. And I've got them, and all the evidence for them to be, you know, goodbye. You're all going to jail. I've got you fucking banged to rights. Okay, we've got. I was a truther, wasn't I? So you're fucked. You're fucked! Okay, so just so long you know, yeah? You sit there now and just remember this. I win. 2 options. We do it peacefully, or we do it with you dying. And at the moment, it's definitely you dying, okay? Like I say again, you don't, there is no other script. There is no other outcome. There is only God's will and God's outcome, you fucking idiots. Right, you created this. You've created Abaddon the Destroying Angel. That's what you've done. Go and have a look at the prophecies. You know what you've done. You know what you're doing? You did it on purpose. I don't know why exactly. Perhaps because, well, maybe it's just because you're suicidally thick and stupid. And your male ego literally drives you to suicide. And as it has the US government, because the US government have told their people that apparently, you think I can be killed. My angels only let me in there because he also knows that the bloke the guy you told to kill me instantly on the spot, suddenly realised I was Jesus. And guess what? He wasn't going to kill me. You fucking idiots, he's going to heaven and you're not. So how did that work out for you? You see, we know the end from the beginning and we plan things months and months in advance. So I'm giving you this heads up right now so you listen to it after the event. Right, the CIA, because, like I say, because you know, were stupid and foolish enough to, you know, phone me up and leave a message on my answer phone years ago, 2016 probably, but saying, this is a YouTube video again, you know, YouTube videos, all it was just seeing something on the news and you know, saying you're saying it's a terrorist attack and I'm saying it's fucking bullshit and it's blatantly bullshit and you're taking a fucking piss. Right, that's what I'm saying. And I did a YouTube video saying as much as that, and I got a fucking twat from the CIA leaving me a message on my answer phone saying he wanted to rendition me to Somalia and have me buggered, you know, like what they did to me, or like what they tried to do to me mates in Sodom. It weren't about sex, like I say, it was just about being a fucking cunt, wasn't it, mates? Yeah? So for that, for you gobbing off at the wrong person in the wrong country, I'm telling you now, I want all Americans, every single fucking one out my country. Okay, my father was a very loyal Englishman, and we've had a little problem. The problem has been called cowards, weaklings and fucking traitors. That's what we've had for just the last 30 or 40 years. I know how it happened. It happened through Freemasonry, and through Freemasonry selling out to the Jesuit Lodge, the 322 Lodge, which they all work for. Now they're all subservient to. They're papists. They're Pope puppets. That's you Freemasons I'm talking to. Okay, don't trade off whatever you think you might have been in the past. I'm talking about now. I've got the evidence and you're bang to rights. Okay, I've got the evidence and you're bang to rights. Okay, I'm a truther. So you're all subservient to the Pope's Lodge, yes, and that's a foreign power to England, you fucking traitors, right? See what you've been doing for the last 40 years, because we had men in the Lodge, we had not angels, just fucking good loyal Englishmen who were pissed off with the fucking traitors, right? And you were promoting fucking traitors and softies and people who'd fucking sell out to the Americans and the CIA. So when it came down to it, no one fucking stuck up for me, even though I was putting it everywhere, saying, look, listen what my dad is. We got fucking Hitchens. He's a fucking Jew. He knows there's no God in it. He just wants to be a fucking traitor. You're all addicted to fucking traitory, okay? And I'm coming for you, every single fucking one of you. I'm English, and we're only having English, okay? We're not having Americans, because I've seen with my own fucking eyes a Black Hawk hovering after you sent a fucking Apache up. Sent an Apache up the canal last time when I was there. And you know when you hold your hand up and you swat away wasps that come towards you, so they change directory all of a sudden? That's what my angel did, didn't he? And he slowed you right down. I was looking up your fucking ass with that Apache, thinking, fucking hell, mate, you are a fucking sitting duck. Give me a fucking grenade launcher now. Yeah? You fucking twats. You fucking twats. You actually think you can intimidate God and send fucking helicopters and Apaches up? You've lost your fucking minds. Okay, you've also lost your right to exist because you're so stupid. No one can be so stupid as to think you can do stuff like that, and God's playing around, playing chance. Like I say, just go and have a look at one of his most famous quotes. God does not play chance. How many more times? God does not play dice. We're outside of time and space. Prophecy proves it. How many fucking more examples do you want us to give you? I'm giving you now one, 3 months in advance. I'm going to go through, maybe 3 or 4 months' time, we're going to go through, some twat is going to say on the phone to his mate, take your gun out and shoot him dead now. And as soon as he says that, of course, his mate puts the guy who's interviewing me, the American, he puts the phone down. He's stunned, absolutely stunned because his superiors probably just told him to shoot Jesus. Maybe he was not expecting that, but and also confirmation, obviously, that I am Jesus because of. So, like I say, you're not going to listen to this before, and if you are, and this is going to happen. It's going to be after the event. My angels know everything, right? They know what you're thinking now. Yeah, so don't even all your treacherous thoughts. You are fucking suicidal, crazy people, mental, and I'm putting you down. Okay, so like I say, you cannot be in charge of a United States of America with all those people and be that. Yeah, that's criminally thick. Okay, I'm talking to the US government now, and whoever gave the authority for this fucking twat to tell his mate to shoot me dead in the airport, and also whoever's been sending Apaches. And like I say, we haven't got any Black Hawks. I mean, the helicopter that is American. This was an American. This has all been an American operation in central England. Get the fuck out. You're fucked up. Okay, you're on 2 levels mainly. First, the CIA. Phoning me up and making a diplomatic blunder, to say the least. I'm an Englishman as well, by the way, as well as God. Yeah. So you don't ever do that and show that kind of disrespect in England ever again. Okay. My father worked with the CIA, and I was quite happy to put a hand of friendship out if there was mutual respect. And but there isn't, is there? There's just fucking cunts, because that's what you people are. By the looks of it, from the torture reports I'm reading, you're coming through me and nowhere else. There's nowhere you're going. Yeah, so if you've been torturing people and been getting off on fucking dominating people, you're going to be fucking kicked to fuck before we get rid of you fucking cunts, alright? I want you out. I want the American government out, unless you have a major fucking diplomatic push to sort this out, because this is worse than a crisis with China. This is worse than upsetting the president of fucking China, you twats. God's come back and you haven't even bothered to work out the fucking basics. Have ya? You don't even know if you can fucking do stuff like that, or you can't. Well, of course you fucking can't. Right? That's my message to the US government. You fucking idiots. You forfeited your right, certainly your right to fucking govern. You're a fucking hazard to yourselves and every single fucking person in your country. Like the English political class is probably going to end up with England getting wiped off the fucking map and the name never being remembered, so we don't get offended by people talking about you ever again. You fucked up, right? It's really simple to understand. Any Protestant theologian will tell you that we're outside time and space. Yeah, everything's already happened. They prefer to forget for us. I've been telling them fucking this for the last 12 months. It's a no one there with a fucking brain. Because if you can't find someone with a brain, you're all going to fucking die. Yeah? The Roman Catholic Church haven't got a brain, so they've ceased to exist. That's the end of them, by the way, because now you're going into the future after you've seen Vatican fucking City destroyed by a dirty bomb made from what they've been hiding for 40 fucking years, and the earth, that's another thing. Right, I've got less than a year and a half to get myself in a position of power to stop the extinction of the human fucking race. But I'm dealing here with a load of fucking twats who can't even work out the fucking basics. Right? Find me someone to communicate with that's fuck off. You fucking better.